Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jambox. We're here back at Jules, Maes Saloon. I have a shirt now. Wish I had done it for yesterday's, but we're here now. And we're going to go ahead and skip the big intro again. We'll close up at the end proper, but I want to get right on into this. So here is today's guest.
Hi, my name is Jameson Chapman.
Hello, Jameson. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
Super
having
excited
me.
to have you here. Go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff.
My name is Jameson Chapman. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I run Born Dead Entertainment.
Hell yeah. What got you started?
My dad, actually, he used to do this when he was about my age, and I got $100 for like my 16th birthday, and he was like, you should try and throw a show with that. So I got in touch with some venues, found someone willing to host it, and just did it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's generational.
Yeah.
Now, I guess that kind of, was that the moment where you decided you wanted to do it?
I wouldn't say that was the moment. I would say probably my third show. Because my third show was when I realized, like, oh, I could make money doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I can make some serious money doing this, and like, I have fun doing it, so it doesn't feel like a job, really. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly
Yeah.
what you mean. Now, you started pretty young. How old were you when you like first really got into it, and how long have you been doing it now?
I threw my first show when I was 16. And so I'm 22 now. So that's
for a while
6
now.
years now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then lastly, tell us about that show. Tell us about like how it went down, what it was, who it was. Give us all the details.
First one?
Yeah.
My first show was at the Crocodile Back Bar.
Shout out to the Crocodile Back Bar.
Yeah, shout out Crocodile. It was with a Bellingham artist named Goose. Shout out Goose. I know I know he's still making music. It was him and his homie Wildcat Click, I want to say. It's been so long. Forgive me if I got that wrong, but yeah,
shout
it was
out to
super
Wildcat Click, possibly anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that show was super cool. I actually DJ'd that show as well.
Nice.
Because we had a DJ Flake, but
yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool. That first show though, just like being around the music and like artists and like venue staff and like just like that scene just like really pushed me to like want to take this seriously.
Hell yeah. Well, okay, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Because that first show, it was just kind of like throwing it out there, seeing like
what it was like,
what happened, like what would happen. And I mean, it panned out. Everything went well. And so we just made it into a business.
That's awesome. Now, as this is kind of a music focused show, and as you are a man in the world of music, do you play any instruments?
I don't, but I used to in high school. Actually, I played the saxophone.
Nice.
For like 2 years.
You should get back into that. People always want a saxophone player.
The amount of people that have been telling me that recently is crazy. Someone actually just told me that. I think like last Thursday that I should pick up the saxophone.
Yeah, I mean,
again.
they're kind of like drummers. Like good ones are hard to find.
Yeah,
but even people who do it are hard to find.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, saxophone players it's a desirable sound right now for sure.
Yeah, I have noticed that sound is coming back slowly for sure.
It's just such a powerful instrument. You know what I mean? A powerful instrument with a lot of notes. Yeah. So if it's got so much range and option, and it just screams over everything.
Definitely.
Yeah. So there you go, y'all. Surprise. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna throw you under the bus on that one. But yeah, definitely. I suggest that. I support that person because I think it would be cool.
Maybe I will. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now, this is one we kind of ask everybody. It's always an early question, a fun one. What was the first album you ever bought with your own money?
Oh, I don't remember the name, but it was a Blue Scholars album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad was putting me on to like Gorillas back then, like White Stripes, Blue Scholars. Like he was putting me on like just a huge range of music. Yeah.
Your dad sounds like he's into it. We're gonna have
we'll
have to get him on the show sometime.
He would be an interesting person because he's done a lot.
That's awesome.
In the music scene. Yeah,
that's awesome. And tell us about the first show you ever attended, like that you wanted, like not like Well, I'm sure, given your dad, you probably went to cool ones early on. But like,
I mean, I've been going to shows since I was like 8 months old.
Yeah. What was the first one where you were like, I want to buy this ticket, I want to go to this show?
I think that was, I want to say Capitol Hill Block Party, like 2013. And I think ASAP Rocky was on that bill. I think Flatbush Zombies were on that. Yeah, it was.
I'm so jealous now.
I can't remember if that was the year specifically, but I do remember like specifically being like, I'm buying a ticket for Capitol Hill Block Party to see ASAP and Flatbush and all them.
That's awesome. Also, shout out ASAP Rocky and Flatbush Zombies. If y'all ever going to be on the show, make it happen.
Flatbush Zombies they're
incredible.
Their shows, their energy is so insane.
Have you seen their Tiny Desk at Home performance?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I mean, it's on YouTube. Definitely check it out. It's really good. It's really good.
I do love a good Tiny Desk video.
Yeah. Now that we've kind of talked about your foundation, we've gotten to know you a little bit. Let's talk about the here and now. You're so active in the community, and we're about halfway through the year. Do you know how many like events and things you put on so far?
Ooh, how many events? Let's see. We did Maes' birthday bash. We've done what? 3 tours with Lawrence.
No, shout out Lord Lawrence.
Yeah, shout out Lord Lawrence. That's my guy. Shout out Wayne Gray too. Yep. Walker.
Yep. Shout out Walker.
Mankato.
Oh, shout out Mankato.
Yeah, bro. All my Portland homies. I want to say we've done at least 20 events this year.
That's exciting.
Yeah, maybe if you factor in like the ones we've had our hands in, closer to 40. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's been busy.
yeah. And I'm sure we're definitely going to plug something cool at the end as well. So there's definitely things. Now, out of all the shows you put on, all the things that you've done, do you have like a favorite? Or if you just can't pick a favorite, tell us about one that just went completely off the rails. Or both, if you got one for both.
I do have both, actually.
Perfect.
That Mackay birthday bash show, that was crazy. Sold out. Had a line out the door. Like, people were waiting outside to get in. Like, it was crazy. And then as far as like favorite, it's got to be the Lord Lawrence tours. Like, the energy on tour is just so different than just doing like a one-off show. Like, you really get to like know each other, get to bond, like go to like all these places together. Like, yeah.
And actually, I have to give shout out to Lawrence, because he actually was the one who told me to reach out to you.
Hell yeah.
And just said that. And he specifically referenced the tour. He was like, this guy was amazing. It was such an experience.
Yeah, Lawrence is my guy. That dude is one of the most genuine dudes I've ever met in the music scene.
Oh, hands down. Yeah. Hands down. Now, putting on an event and constantly promoting and managing, it's a tall. Oh, wait, actually, we have to go back. What was the one that went off the rails?
The Mackay one.
Oh, the Mackay one.
Yeah, the Mackay one. The energy was just insane. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, when I mean off the rails, like, what was one where like everything went?
Oh,
like everything was like, oh no. Yeah, let's. I'm kind of curious to hear about that one.
Okay. I have. Wow, this takes me back. I think it was probably 2018, and I booked this venue. And I was still like new to like doing shows. So like I didn't tour the venue beforehand. And I will never not tour a venue beforehand. Since like to this day, I still will always tour a venue. And so we get to the venue, we're like loading in, DJ gets there, everything's cool. And keep in mind, we got like 200 people coming to this event. So like there's people all outside waiting, and we're like plugging in, doing our thing, and the DJ goes to start the music to like do sound check, and the speakers are just muddy. It's like boom, 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 and we're like looking at each other like, maybe he's just still setting up. So like 10 minutes go by, still just like just muddy ass music. And I was like, oh no. So we're doing it. We're like trying to figure it out. We're like working with the soundboard, and the soundboard is garbage. It's like this 2004 like dusty like soundboard, and we're just like, no. So like an hour goes by, doors are still not open. And we have a couple of the like last couple artists come in because they were performing later in the night, so they didn't need to be there. And so one of the headliner DJs plugs in his stuff, and boom, it works. Perfect sound, perfect everything. But it's like an hour and a half after doors have opened. Yep. So like there's like 50 people left outside.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh man. Well, hey, they can't all be perfect, and look at you now. You're doing great.
I mean, you learn from it.
I was going to say, I bet you learned so much from that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Now why don't we go ahead and move? Oh, actually, no, there's one last question in this category. Let's do it. Getting caught up in these questions here. You put on stuff constantly. You're promoting, you're managing. I mean, it's all a tall order. What do you do to keep like a strong like work-life balance? Do you go to shows in your off time, or are you just? I mean, I know off mic we kind of said you're working all the time, but what do you do to kind of like escape from it for a minute?
I do go to shows, but not as much as I would like to.
Yeah,
because like. I'm always doing music, like, oh, there's a show, and I'm like, oh, but I also have like this 2 hours where I can take to myself, like, so I kind of just play it by ear. Like if I have time, like I'll take it. And like, also like time blocking. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Just like kind of like setting aside space that like exists in your schedule.
Like actually having like a time block app.
Oh.
Yeah. That has also helped me find like time in the day.
Gotcha.
To like also like maximize my work and maximize like me time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting.
What's funny about that is I got that from an Instagram ad.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Is it like the AI one?
No, but I have seen that one too.
Yeah, I keep seeing that. I'm like, how would it know?
Yeah, but those like time blocking has really helped me like keep a solid balance.
That's awesome. And I mean, it's clearly working because you're staying on top of all your stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Now, these next questions are for the other like bookers, promoters, managers, people doing what you do who listen to the show as well. Getting all the pieces in place can be tough. Is there, other than that, is there like a tool or platform that you use to utilize like staying on top of everything for that?
There's not really like a single tool to like really that I personally know of that like keeps all that organized, but
I guess then how do you keep it organized?
I just have like a list, like step by step that I always just look at and just make sure I'm just following. And it's usually like get the lineup. I can talk about it without giving too much, but get the lineup, find the venue. And then before you want to get the venue though, you want to make sure that you have the promotion material, tickets ready to go. If you are selling tickets personally, because most venues sell tickets through their own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make sure you have the lineup ready to go, promotion material and venue, and then you're basically ready to go.
Perfect. Honestly, my next question is going to be, what are the top priorities when putting it all together? So you nailed it. Now, do you also handle like the social media side of things?
I do. I do run the Instagram. I do run and I did build the website.
Nice.
That has been a little bit tricky with so much going on because like I have to like go through research about this artist, make sure everything's right, like make sure the drop date is right, make sure the cover is matched, make sure the photo is edited, make sure the audio spectrum is edited. Like it's Yeah, it's a task.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
What would you say makes an event successful? And then how do you measure that success?
I would say the thing that makes an event successful is obviously a decent crowd, like a decent crowd with good energy, a solid lineup. Because I've been to like a lot of events where I've like worked with artists and they are just like,
Yeah.
can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay, they're just like assholes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why would I want to work with you again? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just being a genuine person in this industry goes a long way.
Now, this kind of doesn't exist in the questions. It's kind of just a follow up to that. Do you ever like feel like you have to weigh the options when it comes to like a bigger artist reaching out to you if you know they're difficult to work with?
All the time, yeah. Okay. I've worked with a couple big artists where they have been extremely difficult. Like, I want this, and this, and it's like, but like we're not equipped for that.
Yeah.
And like that's not in the contract. But then they're like, do you know who I am? Blah blah blah. And it's just like, all right, like, yeah, you're an asshole, but like, yeah, this is good for like my business and like good for me. Yeah. So like I'll just bite the bullet, you know? Like sometimes like in this industry, you have to bite the bullet sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a give and take of it all. But I mean, again, you're succeeding, so you're doing it well. Now let's move on to some hypothetical questions. Okay. We've kind of covered the present. Now let's do the what ifs. If money and communication were no issue and you could put on an event anywhere in the world with 3 acts, where would it be and who would they be? And I mean, really, you know, sky's the limit on this one. I want to put this out there just for future listeners and future guests. Like, cool place in the world.
Does it have to be a real place?
Yeah, let's keep it to like, but I mean, like, you know, if you wanted to do like the Roman Colosseum, like, you know, like
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, like don't limit it to just like cool venues. Like think like structural integrity won't be an issue. Wherever you would choose woodwork, where would it be?
You know, it would be super sick. All right. If you know those like Roman battle arenas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of those, right? Stage in the middle, crowd in like the bleachers. Mm-hmm. You have
a real battle going. No, I'm kidding.
You have like Uzi and Cardi fighting to the death. No. And then the lineup. Gotcha. And then the lineup. I would have to throw Frank Ocean on there because he never performs.
That's true. Followed by Flatbush Zombie. No, sorry, I'm kidding. Keep going.
And then I don't know who would follow Frank because like everyone loves Frank, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe like Kanye, but that's like so cliche. Like if I were to say like Ocean, Kanye, and Drake, like that's basically Coachella.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a person who does it professionally, though, those are people who are at a certain certain hierarchy. So you've reached a threshold by doing that.
I don't know. I think like throwing like Frank Ocean and Taylor Swift and a third. Maybe. Yeah, I'm blanking on a third right now.
You know, those are 2 pretty powerful acts.
But like, think of if that lineup were to drop.
Yeah.
Like Frank Ocean and Taylor Swift.
Oh, people go crazy.
People would lose their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just for fun, have Adele open. Give her like 15 minutes.
Have Adele open. That'd be gold.
The power struggle in that show would be too real.
Oh my!
Like she gets the green room. She doesn't even get a trailer.
Yeah.
All right. Now, subsequently, who is a local artist that you're aware of that you haven't worked with yet, but you would like to? And I know you've worked with a lot of people, so this might be a tough one. But just who's somebody that's on your radar that you just haven't gotten to connect with yet?
Oh, that's a really good question. There's actually a couple that I've been looking at recently. 2000 Baby, for sure. I was just listening to him in the car. Jade. You should check out Jade if you get a chance.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Jade. He's performing at the festival. I just started checking out his music. He's fire. And then for third, I would say, oh man.
I knew this one was going to be a tough one because you work with so many people.
Yeah. Let me pull out my phone because I just saw him. I was just making some stuff for him this morning. Noah too. Noah. I have worked with him, but not as much as I would like to. We just have like met each other in passing, and I threw him on a show like last minute. But yeah, Noah, Jade, and
hell yeah.
And what was the first one? Damn.
Oh no.
Yeah, you dropped it too?
Yeah. I was so invested in your following answers.
Oh my God.
It's on camera.
Yeah, it is on camera.
Yeah. All right. Now, this is kind of the last one in the realm of, this isn't exactly a hypothetical, but this is just kind of like, everybody's always in this spot. Yeah. We're all students of our crafts. We're all like learning new things, doing stuff all the time. What's something that you're currently like learning to do or like want to know more about to like enhance what you do?
I want to start diving into music legal, actually, to start getting like the legal side of everything, because something that I just recently found out is that if you're managing an artist, you can book them in California, but the artist can also turn around like 5 years later and be like, hey, my manager booked me this show in California and made money off it. And they could sue you for that cut of the money.
Wow. Why
because
is that?
California has this weird law where they want you to go through their agencies and their companies. They don't want you to be making money there without them getting a piece of the pie.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think New York is like that too, I want to say. There's a couple states that are like that, but I know that California is like that.
I wonder how far outside the realm of like promotion and events and stuff that goes for like all the people who work remotely that like left the California area.
Yeah, I don't know how that works for
somebody in the comments. If you know anything about that, let us know if it attaches in any way, because that'd be interesting.
I do know that that's why booking agent is a job.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why most booking agents are in California or New York, like these big cities, because a lot of these big cities, and luckily Seattle's not like that, but a lot of these big cities are like, oh no, you have to go through us.
Yeah.
Like, yada yada. We have all these music laws.
This might be a weird question to follow up with, but do you know if that works the opposite direction? Like if somebody in California books a show in another state?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I actually haven't even thought about that. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, look into it,
sure.
And then leave a comment on this video so we can find out what the answer for that is, because I'm super curious.
That is interesting. I never thought about that.
All right. Well, a little food for thought.
Yeah.
But now we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Go ahead and look at the camera for these next ones. Tell us what's coming up next.
What's coming up next? We got July 8th. We got the Summer Waves down at the Seattle Drum School. And then we got the Feed the People Fest July 15th, which is going to be a charity event. Entry is just non-perishable food items.
And Jimmy's Jam Box might be there.
And Jimmy's Jam Box might be there. And you can also bring clothing donations as well. There's going to be 20 artists and like 8+ local vendors. We got Lord Lawrence coming. We got my homie Jason B. We got
who actually I believe is going to be a guest on the show next week.
I think he's coming tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, it's next week for the viewers, but
filming tomorrow.
Yes, as we are deep in the Seattle weekend, he will be one of tomorrow's guests.
Yeah, we got, like I said, Lord Lawrence. We got Jason B. We got this dude from Alaska coming out. I actually saw him open for Macklemore at the Ben pop-up show. His name is Saint Dion. He's pretty good. Great energy, great performance. And then, we got I Heart My Flex pulling up as a vendor. Shout out Animal House for pulling up too. We got them coming through. Yeah, it should be a fun time.
That's awesome. And now, still looking at the camera, tell people how they can connect with you. How can they reach out to you, find you on stuff?
You could reach out to me on Instagram at Born Dead Entertainment. You could also email us, Born Dead Entertainment. You could go to our website, borndeadent.com. Just go to the contact page, and
hell yeah. All right, and then any plugs, any shout outs, anything you want to do while you're on here? And I know you work with a trillion artists, so you don't have to go through the whole list, but anybody you want to just kind of say, just say anything to, or any things you want to put on that maybe aren't your things, but are the homies, feel free.
Yeah, shout out John Mercer, man. That dude's been putting in work. Lord Lawrence, like always, just moving states, man.
Yeah,
man is just going state to state, and every other month, sometimes every month.
Hell yeah. All right, and then the last question, and this is how we close out every episode. This is a fun one, definitely a crowd favorite. What is your guilty pleasure song?
Oh man. It's got to be Carly Rae Jepsen, bro.
Oh, a little louder for the people listening.
It's got to be Call Me Maybe, bro. It's got to be Call Me Maybe.
Okay. I mean, it's a banger.
I mean, I think Carly Rae Jepsen is going to be in Seattle this summer, actually.
Oh, exciting.
So
you going to go to that?
I might have to,
there
actually.
It is. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. So we've reached the end of this episode. I just want to say thank you one more time to Jameson for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah,
it's been a blast.
This has been so much fun. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get up on out of here. This has been another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Jameson.
And we're signing off. Later, y'all.